In this video, I will show you the Nmap lab setup. So this is our lab topology. Okay. So let me explain you our lab topology, which I created in EVE-NG. Okay. So at the core, we have FortiGate firewall, which is connected three zones: a management zone, LAN zone, and WAN zone. The management PC is 192.168.100.any IP. Okay. So this is the only IP which is changed in my case. In your case, it will be different because this is a cloud which I will use to access this firewall in my browser. Okay. So I will use this management to access port 1, where I configure the IP 192.168.100.200 on FortiGate firewall to access. Okay, while on the LAN side, port 2, where I will configure 192.168.1.254 IP. Okay, so the LAN switch, where we have this LAN switch, where we have three vulnerable web server. Those web server is PHP Action, okay, Buggy Web, and Metasploitable 2. PHP Action is 192.168.1.1, and Buggy Web is 2, and Metasploitable IP address is 1.3, okay, which we will use for our simulation and for the attack, okay, using the Nmap scanning. On the WAN side of FortiGate firewall, which is port 3, okay, the IP address we will configure as 100.0.1.254, okay, and on the WAN we have three different flavor of window. We have window, we have Linux Ubuntu, and Linux Kali. So window will be 100.0.1.1. Ubuntu is 100.0.1.2, and Kali Linux is 100.0.1.3 IP address. Okay, most of the time we're gonna use Kali Linux for Nmap to scan these vulnerable server for different purpose. So this is our lab topology. This is the IP schema. The only thing which will be different in my case is the management subnet, which is a cloud. Rest of the thing you can keep the same. So these are the IP I already told you, and these are the images which we are using in the lab. FortiGate firewall is 709. Core switches and the other switches which we are using, Cisco switches, are these one. Linux web server is Linux B, Linux Metasploitable 2, Linux PHP Action. Attacker is Linux version 2023. Windows is Windows 11. Ubuntu I'm using desktop one, and we are using cloud to connect the FortiGate firewall. Okay, and these are the password in case you need. So FortiGate is admin, no password. Kali Linux is Kali, Linux Ubuntu user test123, Windows 11 is user test123, and Metasploitable MSF admin, Linux PHP root and default, Linux B, which is BN bug. Okay, so if I go back and if I right click here and go to edit, so this is PHP Action which we upload in previous video, Linux PHP Action 2.0. I will share these images under the first video. You can click on the resources to download and right click. If I go to Linux B, okay, this is server 2, I change the icon and right click and go to edit. So this is Metasploitable 2 I'm using, and I change the name and the icon. Okay, and this is a switch. I just changed the image. So if you click here, this is the same image which I mentioned in here. Okay, this one I'm using IOL one. Okay, Cisco IOL switch for connectivity only. And then we have a FortiGate firewall which is 709. And this is WAN switch, again the same switch, I just changed the name. Here is okay, and then we have a Kali Linux. Right click, and if I edit, so here you can see Linux Kali 2023. I just changed the icon and name. Similarly Ubuntu, so if I right click and edit, so Linux Ubuntu 22 desktop and change the name and icon, and Windows 11. So right click, and if I go here, Windows 11, which we upload in the last video. And finally, this is just a cloud. Okay, I'm using a management cloud. In your case, it will be different subnet. Okay, and after that I just need to start these nodes. So you will see the different color. The only thing is, because I'm using professional edition, so I just change this style. The only thing, you will not change the style if you are using community edition. Rest of the thing you can use the same. The only thing is, you need to find out your cloud subnet. In my case, I have 192.168.100, and rest of the thing you can keep the same. So this was the lab setup for our Nmap.